When you turn the Samsung Jet 90 on, this is one of the most irritating things. Samsung Jet 90 cordless stick vacuum review? $500 on sale, regular price $700. Because they can knock 30% off the price of this thing without flinching. What we're paying for with this vacuum mostly is the name Samsung. It's not any better than the other vacuums I've tested on this channel. For instance, this $150 Eureka. This Eureka does the exact same thing, it just has less gimmicks. Anyway, more about that later. If that doesn't convince you, nothing will. So some of the features about the Samsung Jet 90 that you won't find on a $150 Eureka that does the same thing. A spare battery, which you will not use. I've owned this thing for 2 or 3 months now, and I have not used the spare battery, not even come close to using the spare battery even once. Unless you plan on vacuuming several football fields back to back, you're not gonna need this spare battery. It's useless. This telescoping thing, let's say sometimes I feel like hunching over, I can just use the small extension, and if I feel like standing up straight, I can extend it fully. Whereas the Eureka is just extended fully all of the time. Features I don't like about the Samsung Jet 90. When you turn the Samsung Jet 90 on, this is one of the most irritating things. It defaults to mid-range power, and you gotta push that to get it to jet. Now I know to you that might seem trivial, however, a logically thought out vacuum like the Eureka defaults to high power, and you can choose to turn it down if you please. So with the $150 Eureka, you just turn it on and start vacuuming. It just assumes you want to vacuum on the highest setting, which is the best setting for vacuuming, right off the bat. Who are these idiots? They would prefer the vacuum had less suction right off the bat. You know what? I want to vacuum this floor twice over, so I'm going to put it on the medium setting and not suck up as much shit. Morons design vacuums like that. The Samsung Jet 90 had to have been programmed by complete idiots. The same idiots that program Shark vacuums. So I'm really struggling to explain to you why, other than the name, what do you get with the Samsung Jet 90 for the extra $400 you're spending on this vacuum? And the answer is nothing. Nothing. I know what you're saying. Oh, but the accessories it comes with. Well, the extra battery is useless. And here's what's included. This extra brush, hair gets caught in it. Useless. It's a upholstery tool. Stupid. This thing never needed it. All of the superfluous shit that comes with this thing to make you feel like it's worth extra when it's not, you will not use. Because let's be honest here, what is a stick vacuum? It's a lightweight, portable, fast, convenient way to vacuum your home. That's why we're buying this thing. We don't want to fuck around changing the goddamn heads on it. We just want to turn it on and start vacuuming. The most important part though, how's the suction? Does it outperform a vacuum that is 1/5 the price? And the answer might surprise you. It's absolutely not. Don't just take my word for it. Let's head upstairs and I will show you. Okay, so this is a night's worth of dead skin. All the things I have to vacuum in the house, the dead skin off this bed, off this mattress. For sure, this dead skin on this mattress, for some reason, is the hardest thing for vacuums to pick up. This is the Super Bowl of vacuum cleaner tests. Must be static electricity. It clings to this bamboo sheet. And so some vacuums I've tested on this channel, over 20 vacuums now, take 30, 40, 50 passes. It's wild. And other vacuums only take 1 or 2. Spoiler alert, the Samsung Jet 90 doesn't work any better than the goddamn Eureka. They're almost exactly the same, but just to hear that from some asshole is one thing, to see it for yourself is another. So here we go. This will show you. It's time to shut the fuck up and vacuum this bed. All right, we're gonna do this half with the Jet 90. You can see exactly where the Jet 90 has vacuumed. Now let's go for the Eureka. I hope that's all the convincing you need. This $150 Eureka does the exact same thing as the Samsung Jet 90 with the fancy ass brush it comes with that hair doesn't get caught in. This is supposed to be the Cadillac of brushes, and it's no different than a $150 Eureka. You just saw it. In fact, I think the Eureka actually vacuumed its side faster than the Jet 90. Proof. What more do you need? That's all you should need to see to say, oh my God, this, I'm paying for the name Samsung. This, I get the exact same thing, slightly uglier with a totally stupid name. So while we're here, I'm just gonna finish up this bed just for the hell of it. I don't know if you can see. So there you have it, the Super Bowl of vacuum cleaner demonstrations. The hardest thing you will ever pick up, dead skin off a black bamboo sheet. Those aren't jizz marks, ignore that. That is from lotion. Perfectly clean. You saw it. Cheap ass Eureka doing the same thing as the Samsung Jet 90, 1/5 the price. There are 0 scenarios where it makes more sense to spend $700 on a Samsung Jet 90. Is this a sponsored review by Eureka? Do you think so? Do you think, yes, Eureka pays me in Just kidding. I'm saying that so you know there's absolutely no way in hell Eureka would sponsor this video. The Tineco A10D Plus, different company, almost the same vacuum. You don't have to get a Eureka. Of course, there are multiple cordless stick vacuums in the $100 to $150 range that will do exactly what this one does. This one does happen to be the best that I've used. Will admit, I really like this one. For this price, it's got the most powerful suction. It's got the best battery. That said, the core message of this video is only a absolute fool with too much money would piss it away on a vacuum that costs $700. When you can get something that does the exact same goddamn thing, you'd be out of your mind to spend an extra $400 on this thing when it does the exact same thing. Unless you have $400 that you just want to piss away, you just have too much money and you want the word Samsung on your vacuum cleaner, and you're like, I don't want my friends to come over and be like, oh, gross, a Eureka? Jesus, this guy, I'm sorry you're not doing so well. Is there anything we can do to help? But if you have the Samsung, your friends come over and they're like, wow, fucking buddy's got it together. He's got a Samsung vacuum. That's really the only way a Samsung makes sense. Thanks for watching.